Live from the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University, it's Mid-American Conference women's volleyball action. Tonight, the Buffalo Bulls against the Bowling Green State Falcons. Hi again, everybody, and welcome inside the Stroh Center. I'm Ken Garland along with Caden Albanese, and we're here for a game this evening that should be very interesting because, Caden, we've got two teams that are very similar in terms of their makeup. They are both very young.
Absolutely. Only one senior on each team. And on the Buffalo side, they're on a 3-game losing streak, but they are 9-7 overall, but 2-3 in MAC play. And they're led by a freshman rather than a senior, Andrea Mitrovic. She has 3.37 kills per set. So in a just 3-set match, you'll already get double-digit kills. She is already becoming a leader, not just on this team, but in MAC overall. She's going to be a mainstay for a while here.
And then as far as Bowling Green is concerned, one of our players to watch tonight, that is going to be outside hitter Nicole Slimko. She's number 14 in white tonight. Again, the only senior on this team, but also, again, a player very strong in kills per set.
Absolutely, 2.63 kills per set. She leads Bowling Green in that statistical category. But again, you mentioned only senior on the team. When you're the only senior on the team, there's just a natural leadership role that falls upon you. And Nicole Slimko has taken that very well. She's led this team with a lot of poise. It's great so far. And another player, another freshman, Katie Kidwell. She has been playing fantastic. She is the reigning MAC Player of the Week. She had 15 blocks last week, including a ridiculous 11 in just a single match against Kent State. She is definitely going to be a player to watch tonight.
Two young teams, two determined teams. They're going head-to-head tonight. It's the Falcons against the Bulls from the Stroh Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. And we'll be back with all the action right after this. Right after being introduced. And the Bowling Green State University Falcons. As far as the Bulls are concerned, this is it's been a busy week for them as they have been on the road for most of it. As a matter of fact, they ended up playing both Ball State and Miami earlier this week against Ball State. The Bulls ended up being swept in 3 games, and just last night, as we had mentioned, Miami was the opponent, and it was a 3-1 win for Miami. So, again, as a result of those 2 losses, the Bulls now on this 3-game losing streak, and they're hoping to turn it around on this last stop on their road trip here in Bowling Green.
Yeah, all 3 of those losses in MAC play. The first one being against Akron, then a sweep Ball State, loss at Miami. They've only won 2 of their last 11 sets. I'm sure one of the keys for Buffalo that they've really harped on preparing for this game is win the first set, because if they go down 1-0 against Bowling Green, these are 2 teams fairly evenly matched if you ask a lot of people about who's going to win this game. So whoever wins the first set is going to have a huge advantage.
Well, for Buffalo out on the court, Scott McLaren, Raven Jordan, Andrea Mitrovic, along with Casey Shadow, Megan Warrett, and Polina Procadina. On the other side, for Bowling Green in their white uniforms here tonight, Isabella Marciniak, Selena Kanagan, Paulina Icabelli, Katie Kidwell, Jacqueline Askin, and Madeline Brandaway.
Marciniak having another fantastic year, 9.73 assists per set, a little lower than before, but still a fantastic year.
Scott McLaren on the serve, and we are underway. As the set for Kidwell, and the spike a little long. So the point will go to the Buffalo Bulls. And on the serve now for the Bulls, once again, McLaren. The set. Dug out that time. Try it again, Kidwell. That one she gets. 1-1.
Kidwell, 2 of the 3 spikes from BG so far have been from her, and all 3 have gotten through the front line of Buffalo. That's a good sign for BG.
And back on the serve for the Falcons, Kelly Simon. Mikrovic puts it over the top for Buffalo and returned by Bowling Green. And a little mix-up there offensively.
Yeah, you could see the miscommunication there between Scott McLaren and Laura Bickelhaupt. Both of them trying to say the other one had it, neither actually got to it.
Bowling Green with the 2-1 lead. Again on the serve there by Simon. Dug out nicely. Set. Blocked at the net. Another block off the Mikrovic shot. Long volley here.
What a rally.
Finally finding the hole there was Jacqueline Askin.
Askin, a key player for this BG team, second on the team with kills per set at 2.52. Just got her first one of this set there.
Gives Bowling Green a 3-1 lead. 3 unanswered points here by the Falcons. And right down the line, that ball is in. Icabelli.
BG deadly efficient, hitting .375 right now. 0 hitting percentage for Buffalo so far.
A very quick start here for the Falcons. And returning the spike, that was McLaren. So that'll make it a 4-2 game.
Surprisingly quiet start from Polina Prokudina and Andrea Mitrovic.
Mitrovic back here for the serve. Set up here. They're going to go, as we mentioned, to Prokudina. And dug out along the line, but not able to play that one as Kanagan trying to keep it alive there.
You could see a rocket service serve there, and they are actually first to MAC in aces per set. Buffalo is with 1.66 per set, and you're seeing part of that here from Mitrovic.
And her serve. Kept alive. They'll set it up. Buffalo and the spike by Cassie Shadow. Another name that we expect to be hearing and saying a lot here tonight.
Shadow getting 2.48 kills per set. She'd almost be second if she were on BG's team, but she's third on this one, and that was a fantastically aimed spike there to get the kill.
Ties the score and a violation on the serve.
She'll get a violation there, but she leads the team with, or she's second with 21 service aces. Excuse me, she does lead the team, 21 service aces. And 21, that is quite the number of aces in only 16 games played.
Victoria Icabelli. And a shot a little bit long. Again, that was Prokudina. So point Bowling Green, and the Falcons with a 2-point advantage.
Good eye by Victoria Icabelli. Went right by her, but she didn't go for it. Recognized it was going out.
On the serve from Icabelli. Blocked at the net. Nice rejection up front by Brandaway.
Seemed like Raven Jordan jumped a little early for that one and wasn't able to get under it.
Had a shot there of Blair Brown-Lipset, the head coach of Buffalo. We'll tell you a little bit more about her later as they put one over to the Bulls. Finding the hole on the other side of the net. Or I should say on the other side of the net, finding the hole on the floor. And it's an 8-4 game in favor of Bowling Green. But just getting back to Blair Brown-Lipsick there for just a moment. She's just in her 3rd season as the head coach of the Bulls, but she's got a very impressive playing career. As they set it up again for Prokudina, but it's a little long. And BG will extend its lead now to 5 points.
Shadow, the surprise player tonight, already has 2 kills and 3 of Buffalo's 5 points.
Nice diving effort to keep that ball alive by Bickelhoff. And the shot is in as Bowling Green will extend its lead.
Fantastic reception from Bickelhoff, but it's all for naught as Buffalo will call a timeout here.
It's 10-4 in favor of the Falcons, and more action coming up right after this on ESPN3. First set of our match here tonight between Buffalo and Bowling Green, and the Falcons with that 6-point lead. And just to finish our point about the coach, Blair Brown-Lipset, as we resume action here, and the Bulls with the point on a nice spike up front. But the Bulls coach, as we mentioned, just in her 3rd season, but she played 4 years at Penn State, and would you believe that every season her team went to the NCAA tournament?
And I bet she would love to do that with this Buffalo team, a MAC team that doesn't have the recognition of a Penn State. As you'll see a point scored here by BG.
Yeah, Bickelhoff trying to make the save there, but unable to do so. So Bowling Green does get the point and stretches its lead to 6.
So we have 2 head coaches out there who are former NCAA tournament players, and both of them trying to lead their team to higher achievements than they've had previously.
Jesse Holly ready to serve for Bowling Green. Shot by Warnick, kept alive by the Falcons. Hard return there by Slimko. She'll try it again. And they'll try to put it over. That's Warnick. Kept alive again by the Falcons. As they set up Procadina. And Slimko trying to put it over the top there.
Yeah, that's a no-no right there. Best way I can describe that from Ornetti. That wasn't a highlight there for Ornetti, but she is first in MAC in hitting percentage, so more often than not, she's going to eat that up and get a kill for Buffalo. She almost does there.
By Warwick, but BG will end up getting the point.
Just a fantastic play here. I can't wait to see this replay. Just how was Holly able to react to that in time? And Marciniak, as if she saw the future, was ready to get that kill.
Tremendous dig there. Holly with the serve now. Put back into play. Slimko.
This is a
disaster. Point BG.
This is a disaster for Buffalo, this start.
Well, it's a very slow start. You had mentioned that what they wanted to do is they wanted to put themselves in position to win the first set.
This is the worst kind of start because they're not necessarily playing bad. BG is just playing great, so how do you take your team into the huddle and tell them what to fix?
Oh, a nice play, a nice adjustment there by Brandaway as she was going up. And instead of spiking the ball, watch her, she'll come underneath it here.
You can see that hole right where the ball fell. They've scored a few times in that little area. There's been a lot of miscommunication on the front line for Buffalo tonight. They really need to get that in check if they want to win some sets tonight.
We'll set it up once again for Procadina, and she finds the spot this time.
And Procadina gets her first point. She's got to be better than that for Buffalo. They depend on her too much. She is second in MAC in kills per set. She can't get by with just one.
Served by Hannah Watson for the Bulls, and the return, very nice again, Madeline Brandaway.
They just look invincible right now. Brandaway's spike there, perfectly placed. Look at that. No one there for Buffalo to defend that. And now she's going to serve.
Put into play and dumped over the top there by Warwick. And the point will go to the Bulls, so it's 16-7 now. Once again, 26-25, wins the set.
You can see there Tomac, a very vocal coach, likes to give a lot of directions to her players.
And to the front of the net, Warrett gets it over the top and gets the point for the Bulls. Yeah, we haven't talked much about her yet, Daniela Tomac, in her 6th season with Bowling Green.
She is not someone that likes to lose. You spend 15 seconds around her, and you'll know immediately the thing she loves most in life is winning.
And that will help win, or lead to a win at least. Katie Kidwell, who we talked about during our open with those 1.12 blocks per set, showing a little bit of offense on that play.
Daniela Tomac just gave them the thumbs up. A high honor to receive a thumbs up from Daniela Tomac, a Belichick type. It can always be better.
And the ball knocked out unplayable there off of Procadina, so another point for BG.
Again, Procadina, she isn't just a great offensive player. She's one of the leaders in digs for this team, so it's surprising to see her play like this now.
And again, a long shot there taken by Mitrovic. So both Mitrovic and Procadina, who we had mentioned at the beginning, two players that were going to have a good performance here this evening, both struggling here so far.
Bowling Green definitely did their scouting. I don't know how, and that's a point for Buffalo there, a fault. Bowling Green reached over the net. Continuing on that point, I don't know how Bowling Green planned to shut them out of the game, but it's working.
Warrett serve. Kidwell will let it go. Slimko. And it's Shadow. Shadow stepping up. Her second point of the night.
Buffalo having a resurgence here. You wonder if you see a timeout if they score a couple more. Bowling Green still with a healthy 7-point lead in this set.
Blocked nicely at the net by Shadow. And that one going out of bounds, so the point will go to Buffalo, and it'll make it 18-12.
It was 5-15 at one point, a 7-3 run for Buffalo.
And from the outside, Canigan from the outside gets the job done, 19-12.
You can hear the chant there, or whenever BG scores, you hear through the PA system, BG, and the fans cry out SU. One of the things I love about the Stroh Center.
Set it up there for Mitrovic, and she'll end up with the point. Now, talking about the fans, it's still early. We had a 5 o'clock start this evening, so a lot of people still coming into the game.
Absolutely. It's a good crowd. They draw a good crowd for volleyball. It's a great culture around this team. Great fan culture, on-the-court culture. Points scored there. Fantastic hit from Kidwell, one of the players we looked at coming into this game. Or excuse me, that was Askin.
Yeah, I was Askin.
Another freshman who was a key player.
Kidwell and Askin have been a good story so far this season in the early going for Bowling Green.
Absolutely, a surprise story at that. 4.5 points for Askin after that.
And Shadow once again. So as we mentioned, Cassie Shadow finding the rhythm offensively.
She's really carrying the team right now, and I don't think anyone would have guessed that coming into this. Not that Shadow isn't a great volleyball player, just that Procadina and Mitrovic are two of the best in the MAC as a whole. So it's very surprising to see that Shadow's the one having to lead this team back, but it's probably going to be too little too late for this set.
Here's Mitrovic's serve. And a little long that time by Askin. So it'll be 20-15. Buffalo's not really going away here.
I'm surprised to not see a timeout after that one, because this is within 5, which seems realistic. Once you're within 5, it seems manageable to come back from that.
Set at the net and dropped over nicely there by Askin. Here she comes. Procadina.
Procadina was rejected there. Looked like Brandon Wee, who was in on the block. That was textbook. One of the hardest hitting players in the MAC, Procodina, could not get through that block.
Back to serve is Victoria Icabelli. Just clearing the net. They'll set it up. It won't be Shadow. Yes, it will, actually. And a whistle. And the point BG. So it's back up to a 7-point lead now, and BG within 3 of winning this first set.
If you're tuning in as a Buffalo fan, that server there, Victoria Icabelli, actually has a twin on this team, number 12, Paulina Icabelli. And Paulina right there couldn't make the dig, and that will be a point for Buffalo.
So Procodina getting the point. Procodina from Moscow. She stands 6'4", just in her sophomore season.
The Russian mountain of Buffalo.
Kept alive, and they'll set it up for her again. Dug out nicely there by Simon.
Incredible.
Simon keeps it alive there. And the point scored by Warrett. Great effort,
yeah,
particularly by Simon.
I was just about to say, when you see an effort like that from a player, it's sad to see that not end in a point, but what a fantastic heads-up play from Buffalo, not giving up on the play, staying heads up in case Simon did get it across. Now,
Becco hop serve a little long. So dropping back to the server's position for Bowling Green will be Jesse Holly. 23-17. And that time off the hands of Makovic.
And you can see the frustration on Mitrovic's face after she misses that reception there.
BG will set it up, and a wide open floor as Brandaway finds that open spot easily.
Buffalo is not spacing out the floor at all tonight.
And that will give Bowling Green the first set. 25-17 our score after one set of play here at the Stroh Center. We'll take one more look at it. And more action still ahead on ESPN3. So the Bowling Green Falcons take the first set here tonight, 25-17, and they say that statistics do not lie, but I'm not sure about that, because if you look at the season statistics, it shows that Bowling Green's worst set is the first one when they're outscored the most. Yeah. Not tonight.
Daniela Tomac has to be ecstatic about how that first set went. And if you're just joining us, weren't able to catch the first set, and you're seeing the score, yeah, Bowling Green took the set by 8, but it was 15-5 at one point, and from then on, Buffalo actually led 12-10 in rallies. So this second set, I'm expecting to be a lot closer, because Buffalo kind of just showed up late to the game, in a sense. They dug themselves into a 15-5 hole, and then started playing way better.
Well, again, the Bulls have been on the road all week. This is their third match this week.
Yeah, that too. There's just some fatigue there. But they look like they're backing it now. You can just see that Bowling Green is feeling it. They are doing secret handshakes. They are smiling. They are feeling very comfortable, very confident.
Well, we'll see about Andrea Mitrovic and, of course, Paulina Procodina. We'll see if they can get on track here a little bit.
All smiles on the BG side. Even some serious faces on the Buffalo, which is usually how it goes when there's a winner and a loser after a set.
Paulina Icabelli with the serve to get the second set underway. And returned by Mitrovic. They'll set it up there, and the shot long that time taken by Cassie Shadow.
Not the start Buffalo wanted. This will just help BG get more confidence going into the second set.
Icabelli's serve this time far too long, so that'll tie it at 1-1.
Surprised to see that. Her last match, she had 5 service aces, career high. And that would be a career high for most everyone who plays volleyball. 5 service aces is quite a ridiculous stat.
Procadina's serve. And it's Askin with the return. Blocked at the net. And it'll be Shadow with the soft drop shot. And blocked nicely by Shadow as they get the point, does Buffalo.
Smart play there from Buffalo. Heads up, aware. And one of the problems they had in the first set was leaving way too much space in the floor and players just being a little out of position. We're not seeing that in the second set as BG will give a rally to Buffalo.
Shot into the net, so it's a 3-1 lead for Buffalo. Once again, Blair Brown-Lipsitz, the coach. And that one is going to go out of bounds, so it'll be a point for BG. That was Procadina trying to set that one up. So a 1-point game as Kaylee Simon drops back.
Another error from Procadina, just out of character tonight.
And Shadow right over the top.
Marciniak frustrated she wasn't able to get that one.
Shadow had 14 kills early this week in the game against Miami.
Feeding off the momentum she got last night then.
Blocked at the net. And the point will go to Buffalo. So Buffalo now with its biggest lead of the night. 3 points.
You can see Tomac in your shot there. Not happy with the way this has started. Trying to calm her team down. Let her know, hey, we're just 7 rallies into this. We still won the first set. Let's get back into it.
And the point will go to Buffalo again on a net violation.
BG's bench does not agree with that one.
You know, one of the things Daniela Tomac does as head coach of Bowling Green is she tries to make people more aware of the game of volleyball. And I think what I want to do is I want to spend some time trying to figure out what all those signals mean that she gives from the bench.
Yeah.
You think she'll share that information?
Probably not. It's probably some secret mumbo jumbo that us mere mortals can never understand.
All right, BG goes back on offense here. Victoria Icabelli once again with the serve. Trying to start a new string of aces, but instead it hits the net.
Daniela Tomac, absolutely one of the more involved and active and vocal coaches that I've seen in any sport, really. She's always out there, always trying to lead her team.
Anna Watson serve. Grandelou's shot kept alive. Try it again. This time the other side. That was Askins with the serve, or the attempted kill, I should say. Nice block up front there, and that was Warrett.
But it went out, so that's point BG. Lucky break for BG. They really needed a point to end this streak by Buffalo.
So the Falcons back to within 3 points as new players rotate in. And that one is in as Procadina finds the spot there, just inside the line.
The referee there had a better view than I did, but I'm going to have to disagree with that one. That looked really out to me.
So his red flag says it was in, and you're throwing a red flag. You want a challenge, is that it?
Yeah, they have challenges in volleyball. You just don't see them. Well, they actually don't at the Stro. There are no challenges at the Stro.
Not yet. Not
soon
yet.
enough, though.
Yeah, it's coming. And up front, that was McLaren trying to put the ball over, but instead put it into the net.
If you are a hardcore volleyball fan, it'd be nice to know there actually is a different challenge rule system depending on the conference. Here at the Stro, there are no challenges.
And blocked up front nicely.
That's a point for Buffalo.
Kidwell and Brandaway both up front, but again, the point does go to the Bulls. 9-5, 4-point advantage as BG finds an open spot on the court.
What a smart play there. Acts like she's going to set it up and just tips it over with finesse into the hole, gets the kill.
Falcons back to within 3 here with Isabel Marciniak on the serve. Shadow shot, kept alive. Kidwell. Pochettino. Nice retreat there by Simon.
Simon's just an incredible defensive talent.
Talk about a smart play right there. McLaren at the net. Good quick reaction.
These are two teams that aren't going to give it up easy. One of these teams is going to win by playing excellent volleyball.
So here's McLaren on the serve. And a little long on the attempted kill.
Tomac unhappy. He's going to go out there. I think we might see a timeout if Buffalo gets another point here. They almost do there.
Yep, Kidwell is trying to drop it over the top, and there it's blocked, and again it's Shadow up there.
Timeout called by Tomac.
Shadow and Jordan playing some nice defense up front, but still some work to do for Buffalo and Bowling Green, as Bowling Green on this point finds itself down by 6. Second set of our best-of-5 match here in Bowling Green, where the host team, the BGSU Falcons, trailing the Buffalo Bulls by 6. As we're ready to resume action with McLaren's serve, and it's a little long.
That is the best start you could have possibly asked for if you're BG. A mistake that throws off Buffalo and gives the serving privilege back to BG. And to one of their best servers as well, Paulina Icobelli.
They set it up, and it'll be Shadow, kept alive by BG. Askin shot, try it again with Shadow, and oh, it's in. It catches the corner.
Wow, I'm surprised to hear that. It looked like he actually hit the ref's shoe. I must have saw that wrong, but looks like a lucky break for BG, but I have to be wrong because if it hit his shoe, I feel like you would have known that.
Procadina's serve. And blocked at the net, the attempted shot there by Askin.
A complete and total rejection from Jordan there.
Yeah, we talked about it before the break there. Both Jordan and Shadow playing very nice defense in that front row. Here's Kidwell, too long.
Kidwell wanted the ball to feel it, but had to aim that a little lower than that.
Katie Kidwell with 66 total blocks on the season.
An incredible freshman year so far for Kidwell.
Really is. And that shot is in. A nice kill there by Askin, Jacqueline Askin. Askin averaging 2.5 kills per set. Picking up one right there.
BG really needs a run where Buffalo just has an off few rallies to get back into this, because as it stands now, they're just going to get edged out.
Curtsy Shaw's serve a little bit too long, and that's not the gift that Curtsy Shaw wanted on this particular day.
Absolutely. The birthday girl will hope to celebrate differently than that. The team will celebrate for her by singing her happy birthday in the first language of all the players and coaching staff. So she will get a happy birthday in English, Spanish, and Croatian.
As Curtsy celebrates her 19th birthday today. It's great to be young. Trying to keep it alive at the net underneath there was McLaren, but the point goes to BG. Diving effort by Raven Jordan.
I was just about to say a front flip from Jordan. Couldn't get the dig, but A for effort. if there ever was. The other Icobelli twin now.
Victoria on the serve. And finding the hole. I believe that was Marciniak. So Marciniak brings Bowling Green just a little bit closer as the lead is cut to 6. 16-10 now in favor of Buffalo.
The intensity on the floor for Bowling Green is so high. You can see how much they want to win this second set. They're not content with a 1-1 score.
Set it up over the top by Warren. And that point goes to Buffalo, so it's a 7-point advantage now. Bulls leading in set 2 after Bowling Green won the first set. Jacqueline Askin's shot returned.
That's unbelievable for
Brandaway's shot goes out of bounds off of Pocadina, so the point goes to Bowling Green.
I hope we could see that play from Buffalo again to get it across the net, but that was unbelievable. They were able to keep that from becoming a short rally. They didn't get the point in the end, but incredible effort.
And the spike and kill by Andrea Mitrovic.
Mitrovic showing up in the second set, hoping to have a better one than her first. She has 4.5 points total now. 8.5 for Shadow, who leads her team.
As Mitrovic's serve hits the net, and the point goes to BG. 18-12 in favor of Buffalo.
She has 21 aces on the season, and I believe that's at least her second service error tonight. A rare off-day serving.
And speaking of, Madeline Brandaway drives one into the net for the service error to make it 19-12, Buffalo. Megan Warren, the junior, with the serve, and the return by BG goes off the hands there of Hannah Watson. So a 6-point difference. Isabella Marciniak on the serve. She's got 4 consecutive double-doubles.
An incredible player, really, to be able to complete that as a setter. That will be a point for Buffalo after a pile drive.
You can see it here, coming right off the hands there of Jessie Holly. She couldn't get the hands set. Double-double can include what for volleyball?
Assists, kills, digs, service aces, blocks.
And a beautiful kill right there, taken by Nicole Simcoe. Simcoe, as we mentioned, leading the team in kills with over 2.5 per set.
Those are the two words you hear next to each other often, Slimco and Leeds.
As a serve by Acabelli. Shadow will let it go, and returning it there for Buffalo. And we're going to have a violation here.
Point BG.
So the Falcons within 5. Acabelli again with the serve.
If you're Buffalo, you have to call a timeout if you don't score this rally.
Blocked at the net nicely. That was Raven again. And out Shadow again. So Raven Jordan and Cassie Shadow making their presence known up front on that play.
These two are unbelievable tonight. It's just a firewall at the net.
Polina Procadino. And it is in. The kill by Jessie Holly. So Holly from Upper Sandusky, Ohio, right in the neighborhood.
Definitely think BG got away with one there. That looked a little out to me. Again, referee has a better angle than I do, but...
Are you questioning the officiating here this evening? Procadina sets, and over the top, kept alive by BG. Nice block up front by the Falcons. That was Brandaway. And she'll try it here. She drops it over the top. And exactly the same thing, dropping it right over the top.
Marciniak,
for the point.
Marciniak was claiming they went over the net, but they won't get the call. Timeout, Bowling Green.
Cassie Shadow scores the point, makes it 22-16, and we can talk about some of the statistics so far here tonight.
Shadow already at 10 points.
We'll take a look here at a replay.
Rise. Head and shoulders above the rest. Stand out. Never lost in the crowd. Your unique story, the one and only you. Fully supported, fully believed in. Together we will learn to lead arm in arm. So much in common, so much to share. We will be challenged, but we will overcome. Because it is our turn to shine. Belong, stand out, go far. At Bowling Green State University.
Well, there's our score so far, 22-16 in the second set, but for more on the story on how things have unfolded here statistically.
Shadow for Buffalo leading the team in scoring 10.5 points. Second place for Nettie, 5.5 points. And it's pretty shocking that Mitrovic and Procodina, neither of them are in the top two. And you can see there, 25 kills for Bowling Green as they won the first set, down by 6 in the second one. But Buffalo leading in blocks, and that's been the story of this second set. They've been blocking everything at the net. Bowling Green just can't find any penetration at the line.
So on the serve, Bickelhoff. She'll set it up. Over the top goes Mitrovic. And the point for Bowling Green.
They really needed that desperately, not just because they're down in a point where Buffalo only needs 3 rallies, but if they lose this second set by a lot, they could carry into the third set.
5-point difference right now. Victoria Icabelli once again on the serve.
They got to clean up the floor for a second. Spick as spam is regulation.
Have to keep that floor dry, that's all.
I love one lone person in this arena clapped. No appreciation for the cleanup guys.
Shadow. Procodina's shot. And she tries it again and gets it over. She clears it on the third attempt. Shadow is blocked at the net nicely. Beautiful play as Jessie Holly was right there to reject it.
Yeah, it looked like Holly and Brandaway there, and they get a lot of height on their blocks. Bowling Green is very tall and very able in blocking.
And finding the open spot there, that was Warrett who gets the point for the Bulls.
And just as we talked about how well they are at blocking, Buffalo's able to get through.
Hannah Watson's serve. And the attempt there by Holly. You can score that one. So it's 23-19 as Bowling Green trying to inch its way back here. And again, remembering that 25 points wins the set.
We have a surprise leader in points on the BG side, too, as Brandaway's leading the team with 9.5 points. She has 8 kills. Just a game no one really would have predicted.
That shot is in by Mitrovic. So now 24-19.
Bowling Green out of timeouts. It's do or die. They either go on a 6-set run or they lose the second set.
Mitrovic's serve kept alive here. And turns into a point for the Falcons.
One down.
Yep, Mitrovic not able to get over to that spot on the court in time. And Bowling Green doing a nice job of finding that hole.
If you're less volleyball inclined, it is win by 2 for the sets.
Randaway serve. They'll reset it here. And that's going to be too long. So Procadina, her shot ends up going wide, and now it's a 3-point game.
It's a whole new volleyball game. They just got to get to 24 to make it win by 2.
Randaway on the serve. Beautiful rejection there by Slimko. And trying to keep it alive unsuccessfully. So the Bulls will give up another point, and the Falcons will pull to within 2.
And a timeout, Buffalo.
Well, I think a smart timeout, obviously. As you were saying, you need to win by 2, so this is your opportunity to do it. You've got that 2-point advantage, but you've got to get things back on track. 24-22, we'll have the closing finish of set 2 right after this.
Soar. Push past status quo. Break the ceiling. Go far. Confident in your qualification, fueled by purpose, clear in your direction. You have so much to give, limitless potential. Change the world, leave fingerprints, make it count. With these wings, you're ready like never before to fly. Belong, stand out, go far. At Bowling Green State University.
The Bowling Green State University Falcons trying to draw even here against the Buffalo Bulls in this second set of our best-of-5 match. Buffalo won the first game. The Bulls are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Falcons are trying to extend a 3-game winning streak.
And if you're just joining us, Bowling Green looked dead in the water in this set, and it continues as they are making a run. They get one more rally, it becomes win by 2. And
24-23.
There's the MVP of the match again, the cleanup guy, cleaning the same spot.
You know, you're giving more love to the cleanup guy than you are to the officials.
He doesn't get any love. Only one person clapped.
Brandaway serve. At the net. They set it up for Slimko. And the return goes into the net, and the game is tied, 24-all.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This was supposed to be over, this set, and a timeout by Buffalo, and this is a completely Daniela Tomac move right here. The team staying in it. A total characteristic of a Tomac team, staying in it, never giving up, and clearly the momentum with Bowling Green. You can see the kill numbers there. 11 more for Bowling Green, 2 aces on their side. But the hitting percentage, that's what's really the difference tonight. Only 189 for Buffalo and 244 for Bowling Green. That's an entirely different story than what we've seen in this season for these teams, as Buffalo's 3rd in the MAC in that category, and Bowling Green is 9th. Bowling Green hits 177, and Buffalo hits 223. It's flipped tonight. Bowling Green hitting a 244. That would be leading the MAC if that was their average.
Well, it may lead them to a possible victory here in set 2.
The opposing hitting percentage for Buffalo is 216. That's pretty low, and it's showing up tonight. When you hit 223, that's all good. That's great, but when you allow 216, it's going to come back to bite you if you don't play well on offense. That's exactly what we're seeing tonight.
All right, Madeline Brandaway now in a 24-24 score. They'll set it up here for Slimko, and she finds the open spot again. So now Bowling Green 1 point away from winning this set.
No timeouts left. If Buffalo doesn't win this set, I can't envision them bouncing back in the third set. This will be a brutal loss of a set for Buffalo if they don't pull this out.
And they're going to go to Procadina, but the Falcons keep it alive. And there it is, Slimko.
And
so second set, Bowling Green, 26-24.
nothing less than unbelievable. I can't believe what I just saw.
A remarkable comeback by the Falcons. As they celebrate, both teams headed to the locker room to talk things over. Quite the finish to the second set here tonight as the Bowling Green State University Falcons end up outscoring the Buffalo Bulls by a score of 7-0 at the end of the match. But that 7-0 run taking place after Buffalo had 24 points and was 1 point away from winning the match, or from winning the set.
Yeah, I think this entire arena was looking to the third set. No one really gave BG a chance to make such a comeback against a team that was playing so hot in the second set. And they just bushwhacked them for the next 7 rallies. Just an unbelievable run from Bowling Green. Most teams wouldn't even be trying to win this set at that point. They'd just be out there, trying so they don't get benched, but they wouldn't really have the idea of winning in their mind. But a team coached by Daniela Tomac is always in it, as we just saw there. Again, Bowling Green, if you're just joining us, they were down 24-19 at what seemed like would be the end of the second set. And then the next 7 rallies went to BG, 26-24. They win the second set. Just unbelievable.
A young team, a hungry team, and a team that doesn't give up, obviously. As we go back and take a look at some of the highlights from the second set, which again has given Bowling Green now a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match. But it really was a case, as we can see here, of just going back to what happened in the first set, and that's finding the open spot on the court.
Yeah, again, going back to one of the key stats tonight, hitting percentage. The Bowling Green hit .324 in the first set, which is insane. That's that when you hit above 300 as a team, it's almost impossible to lose. They hit .213 in the second set. Buffalo hasn't even cracked 200. They actually hit worse in the second set, only 175 in the second set.
Well, it was about a week ago that Bowling Green found itself in just the opposite position, where they trailed 2-0 to Northern Illinois. They went in at this point in the match, between the second and the third set, and they talked about what they had to do to be more competitive. I got a feeling that same conversation is going on in the Buffalo locker room right now. Can they make the adjustments really becomes the question. They let one get away, so now Bowling Green 1 set away from winning this match here tonight. And in the process, as we mentioned, extending their winning streak to 4 games. As the teams have made their way back onto the court, and the Bowling Green State University Falcons with a 2-0 lead in this match. And again, we've got some statistics that we can take a look at that probably will help tell a little bit more of the story as to what happened in that second set. Yeah, again, going to bring that big number there on the bottom, hitting percentage. Sticks out like a sore thumb. That 262, you just can't allow that and win volleyball matches. On the other side, 184, that's what you're aiming for if you're Bowling Green. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's good. 262 is pretty bad as a whole. You can't allow that and win. Blocks, Buffalo's been great at the line, at the net, blocking Bowling Green shots. They have 6 already. But Bowling Green still has 36 kills. They're just playing more efficiently. And again, that was just shocking what happened in the second set. Well, I think the point you made was a good one because, again, during that 7-0 run that we talked about, with Buffalo right on the edge, 1 point away from winning the set, you could see that obviously the Bulls were starting to question themselves. They weren't playing as aggressively. Suddenly they could feel it slipping away, and it changed. It really did. It changed the entire way that they were attacking the ball on the court. And I think it became more of a mental aspect than anything.
Absolutely. I gotta say, I'm happy I get to sit in a chair and talk about the game rather than be Buffalo's coach, because I just don't know what I'd say after losing a set like that.
Well, I think it's interesting, too, because, again, we're talking about two very young teams.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a learning experience. There's no question about it. But it might be a painful one by the time it's all done. One more set to go, or maybe more. We'll find out as we get the third set underway right after this. Set 3 about to get underway between the Bowling Green State University Falcons and the Buffalo Bulls. Remember now, Buffalo was swept 3-0 by Ball State earlier this week.
Yeah, that was the 4th time this season they've been swept. Bowling Green coming into this match, they have 2 sweeps on the season. They've been swept 4 times themselves. They're trying to turn the table and get a third of the positive kind and add a 5th of the negative for Buffalo.
As the third set, I should say, just getting underway here. And it finds the corner on the hit there by Canigan, Selena Canigan, the sophomore. And it gives Bowling Green a 1-0 lead here.
Buffalo's really going to feel the only one senior on the team when they're down 2-0 here.
And the hard return that's going to lead to a point. Procadina that time with the kill.
When you're facing such a deficit, you really want leadership. You really want players who've experienced this before and have learned how to dig out of it. Both teams lack that. Luckily for BG, they're winning.
And that one coming off the arms of Paulina Icabelli for a point for Buffalo. But that's what we were talking about. It is a learning experience. There's no question about it. And I remember Daniela Tomac telling us earlier, the coach for Bowling Green State University, her team having played in 5-set matches, 6 of those this season.
Yeah, that.
And you learn from that. You definitely learn what it takes to win.
And you also learn to close out
That's
sets.
the other thing. Right.
When you play 6 times to the 5th set, one of the things you definitely learn is how to close out a set, that every single set matters. Any match can go to 5 sets.
Procadina on the serve here as Buffalo with a 3-1 advantage. Make it a 4-1 advantage. As the shot a little bit long that time. So this is what Buffalo needed. The strong start here. The Bulls need to regain a little confidence.
And they're not going to do it like that.
Procadina serving into the net.
And I just don't know what the message would be to such a young team down 2-0 and losing the second set in such a brutal way. But if you're Daniela Tomac, it's probably pretty easy. Just say, hey, if it bleeds, just keep your foot on the pedal.
They set it up for the kill, or attempted kill there by Andrea Miktrovic. She gets the point, and it's a 5-2 game. Bowling Green back in action tomorrow night. Actually, this is the first of 4 home games for the Falcons. It's at the net again. It's Mitrovic.
No lead for Buffalo feels like a complete lead after the second set. And I know both teams are thinking that right now.
Bowling Green sets it up, and that time finding the open spot on the court is Brandeweg.
You can feel the energy in this arena tonight on Friday night. Lots of things people could be doing on Friday night, and they all chose to come to the volleyball game, support this team, and they've been awarded with a show.
So they set it up there, and Slimko's shot returned back That was Warren. As she blocks it there. That wasn't Ward. I stand corrected. That was actually Raven Jordan. The block by Ward. The point by Jordan. And the serve by Watson. Randaway. Returned. Slimko blocked, but out of bounds. So 7-4 game.
Good defense there from Bowling Green, keeping themselves in and not allowing Buffalo to have a huge run so they don't get dug into a hole like they were in the second set. They climbed out of that hole fantastically, but you never want to have to do that twice.
Slimko sets it up, and shot by Jesse Holly. And Bowling Green gets the point.
Fantastic assist there from Victoria Icobelli. Overhead, placed it very well.
Shot by Procadina, kept alive. Holly again. And it's point Bowling Green.
I feel like it's fair to say that there's a little disagreement there between McLaren and the head referee.
Scott McLaren coming over and talking with the official immediately after that point was awarded to the Falcons. 1 point game now. Shot taken there by Mitrovic. Kept alive by the Falcons. On the return. Kidwell shot, dug out. Blocked at the net by Kidwell, and they'll get the point with the Falcons.
If you're Buffalo, you just allowed 4 rallies in a row. You're on the road. You just blew a 5-point lead when you were up 24-19 in the second set. It's gonna be hard to just mentally get yourself back into this set. Especially being on the road, you just want to go home at some point.
Slimko's shot kept alive. Blocked at the net. Beautiful play there by Icabelli to get that ball back over the net. The point ends up going to Buffalo, however.
Ornetti was cut off just short, just late there, but Ornetti was the one getting it back across a few shots at the line, and she was really heads up and aware.
And Mitrovic with the service ace.
That's her 22nd of the season.
We mentioned earlier she started every match this season for Buffalo, and she is just a freshman.
Not something you find often at the D1 level, a freshman starting every match, but when you have the talent, no coach can say no to that.
And Procadina's shot extends the lead to 3 now. Falcons not able to control that. Mitrovic again on the serve. And another ace. Oh, I'm sorry, it's long. I beg your pardon. It goes too far.
That's one of the downsides of being so aggressive on your serves. Sometimes they just go a little too far. You got to make sure you have a good ratio. The ratio hasn't been good tonight. More errors than aces.
And that one is in. So there we go. There's an ace by Cox. Haven't talked about Cox too much. She's the junior from Oregon, Ohio. This is Marciniak. Slimko dug out. Mitrovic shot kept alive. Nice dig there by Watson.
Point Buffalo.
Looked like Warren again, who was able to return that one for the point. 2-point advantage. Bulls with a slim lead. And the kill there by Slimko.
Every time Buffalo starts to pull away, Bowling Green comes right back. It just doesn't feel like Buffalo's going to get this set. It smells like a sweep.
Icabelli's serve. And the shot taken there and kept alive. That was Shadow's shot that the Falcons were able to keep in play, and now Shadow's shot is in, just inside the line. So make it a 12-10 advantage now for Buffalo.
We'll see if they can hold this lead.
Scout McLaren. Shot taken there by Holly, kept alive. Shadow's return, and that's going to come off the hands of Bowling Green, off the hands of Icabelli, and another point for Buffalo.
Another 3-rally lead in this set already. I believe that's the third or fourth one they've had. And they only have 13 points, but Bowling Green every single time has come back and rebounded.
Scout McLaren again with the serve. Falcons will set it up here. Blocked it in nicely. Good rejection by Canigan. But that one finds the spot.
Simon just wasn't able to handle that one.
Mitrovic coming alive, and that's going to force a timeout being taken here by Bowling Green. So a 4-point advantage for Buffalo at the start of this third set.
Kaboom.
Bowling Green having won the first two, the Bulls trying to stay alive. (14-10) as we resume action here in the third set of our match. Buffalo with the lead, Bowling Green leading the match, and the kill nicely done by Katie Kidwell. We talked about Kidwell a little earlier, how she's performed so well defensively with her blocks.
Going into this season, you figure it's a bad situation for BG. You got 3 freshmen that at least one of them needs to perform, and you can if you're a head coach, I guess you can never really count on that. You never know what you're going to get with a freshman. Daniela Tomac actually told us that one time. You never know what you're going to get with freshmen. But it's a shocking start to the season. It looks like they are going to start 4-1 if they can close this match out. And they were in the preseason poll, only one team below them in the MAC East, and that was Akron.
Procadina on the serve. I think there's no doubt Bowling Green has definitely played above its expectations, and the 2 freshmen in particular that we mentioned a little bit earlier, Kidwell, as that point is in, Kidwell, and then of course the other one, Askin, both having played particularly early in the season, playing above their expectations individually, and that has really helped carry this team.
Yeah, and the critics are going to point to one big thing about their record. Let's say they pull this out, they're 4-1, as a point goes to BG. They haven't defeated a team with a winning record in MAC yet. They lost to Miami to open the MAC season.
Right.
Miami's the team to beat. Akron is 2-2 tonight. They play Miami at 7 o'clock. They're not expected to win that. So let's say, hypothetically, tomorrow they play Akron. Bowling Green does. They're 4-1. Akron's 2-3. They win that one. They start off 5-1, and everyone's going to say, well, who have you played?
Trying to keep it alive, they do to the Falcons. As Askin on the return. And the kill by Mitrovic. Andrea Mitrovic extends the lead for the Bulls to 17-12.
And we could call Miami the team to beat, but they're still 3-2 and below Bowling Green in the standings. That's still 2 losses in 5 games. They might not be the team we thought they were going to be either.
Well, it's going to take a while, I think. It's still very early. Things will start to shake out, obviously, as the weeks go by. And maybe Bowling Green, coming in with a 3-1 conference record, will indeed continue to prove to be a surprise. Blocked at the net and kept alive. Bowling Green with another attempt, and that comes off the hands of Procadina and goes out of bounds, so it's point Bowling Green.
Feels like that was a mistake there to go for that one. Should have let the back line get to that. You can understand, though, a player instinctively trying to go for it.
Jesse Holley. And the service error. So here we are now, kind of entering the same territory we were in the second set. You've got Bowling Green trailing. And you've got Buffalo at that 19-point mark. And that's, again, where they were in the second set when they were outscored by Bowling Green, 7-0. As Bowling Green gets that point. So the kill goes to Brandaway to make it 19-14.
One of the key stats we were talking about, hitting percentage, they are now both even in hitting percentage according to Sidearm Stats. Both teams hitting .243. It's about to go up for Buffalo.
Andrika Mitrovic with that kill.
It is now .250 for Buffalo, and wow, way to turn it around. 0.7 higher than they were.
I was wondering if you were going to have the updated stat. I'm very proud of you there. Very good. Well done. You set it up. You said it's about to go up, and then you were able to tell us exactly how far. As that one too long.
45 kills for BG, 37 for Buffalo. 56 digs for BG, who lead the MAC in digs, and a lot of that's just Callie Simon getting 6.67 per game, which is astronomical.
Well, and you take that just a little step further, and I don't think we've actually mentioned this yet, but it's important to note that Simon, 8th overall in BGSU history in digs now. She's got over 1,200.
That's crazy to think about. Over 1,200 times she has gone down and got the ball. And that's a whole body of work. Every day in practice has been working towards just getting that number up. And it's you just think about, there was a time where she had no digs. She was a freshman, got onto the floor, and now she's made what a career. I mean, if you're a freshman or if you're a senior in high school watching this, just think, everyone starts at 0. Every stat is reachable. And as you see, these stats here, again, that hitting percentage.
Starting to even out, though.
Yeah, an absolute show from both teams. It's not very often you'll hit .243 and you won't be hitting better than the other team. Bowling Green consistent with that stat, but Buffalo has turned it around in this third set. We really, or rather I did, kind of harped on them for the first two sets. They just weren't hitting well enough, and they still aren't defending well enough in terms of hitting percentage. They're still allowing .243.
Well, that's the other side of it, exactly.
Shadow still leads with 14.5 points. But Mitrovic has really shown up in the later part of this game. She has 11.5 now, 10 kills, 11 for Shadow. Procodina, 7.5 points, 6 kills. Still below her standards, but she's starting to play better.
Marciniak on the serve. As action resumes here, Bowling Green down by 4, and that'll reduce the deficit slightly, as it'll now be a 20-17 score. After that ball goes out of bounds, being hit by Watson.
Procodina hitting .036%. That's her hitting percentage. Just not good enough.
And there's Procodina there. But point BG.
It was 12-18 at one point. I said it feels like no lead is a lead, really, for Buffalo after that second set. And you're seeing it here just mentally. Bowling Green's never going to feel like they're out of it after what they did in the second set.
Procodina's shot kept alive. Now they'll set it up. Slimko into the net. So the point for Buffalo makes it 21-18.
If it's 24-19 again and Bowling Green pulls off another comeback, the roof's going to come off this place.
And there's the point on a nice kill there by Katie Kidwell. Kidwell's got a couple of kills now. Let's see if we take a look at those. But I mentioned that only because of the fact that normally to this point she's been cited so much for her defense and her blocks. But tonight the kills are kind of in the forefront.
Yeah, you said it. 4 kills, and if you'll believe it, no blocks.
Okay.
2 digs, 39 assists for Marciniak.
Procadena blocked at the net, and it leads to the point for Bowling Green, and it is now 21-20.
Marciniak 2 aces, 39 assists, 3 digs. Marciniak with also 4 kills. Quite the offensive day for Marciniak. She's 3 points away from a double-double.
That point will go to Buffalo. As we see it here again, as they set it up, and the kill being made there by Cassie Shadow as she returns to the offensive attack.
I believe Marciniak is coming into this game with 4 straight double-doubles.
Correct. Blocked at the net again, and one of those two, of those dynamic duels, Shadow or Jordan, getting a hand out at that time. So it's 23-20, and Bowling Green is going to take time out to try to slow down the momentum here. A 3-point advantage for Buffalo, trying to stay alive in this 5-set match.
From the moment you set foot on campus at BGSU, you'll know this is a place where you can belong. In fact, BGSU is recognized for our strong commitment to engaging students in their education. And Bowling Green is one of the best college towns in America. This is a place where you can stand out. Come to one of the nation's top public universities and choose a program that fits you. Take advantage of the Falcon Internship Guarantee, the first of its kind in Ohio. With a BGSU degree, you can go far, further than you ever thought possible. Confident in your qualifications and ready like never before to fly. Belong, stand out, go far at Bowling Green State University.
So the Buffalo Bulls trying to close out set 3 here after failing to do so in set 2, leading late in that one. If they cannot close this one out, Bowling Green will close out the match.
It's going to be a very, very happy locker room for one team and a very, very upset locker room for the other one. That's yet to be decided who's who in that scenario, but
Simon on the serve. 2-point advantage, Buffalo, and that one will go out of bounds, so it'll be a 24-21 advantage now. So Buffalo 1 point away here. Remember, they were at this point in that second set, which they ended up losing 26-24.
They had a better lead than that. They was 19-24, and they blew that lead.
Blocked at the net, kept alive by Bowling Green. They'll try it again, and that'll be point Bowling Green.
2 more, it's win by 2. Hannigan comes off, and Victoria Eichelbelli comes on to serve. An error will win the set for Buffalo.
There's Shadow, and Bowling Green keeps it alive, but it does not clear the net, and that will be the set.
Looks like we will get a 4th set.
So Shadow with the kill that leads to the point that wins the set. The first set victory for Buffalo tonight. 25-22 the final. Back at the Stroh Center in Bowling Green, Ohio, where we are ready to move to the 4th set of tonight's best-of-5 match between the Bowling Green Falcons and the Buffalo Bulls. As you can see, the last two sets, extremely competitive.
Absolutely, quite the contest. The first set probably would have been just as competitive, but Bowling Green got off to a hot 15-5 start, and Buffalo couldn't recover, even though they won 12 of the last 22 rallies in that first set. And ever since then, it's just been anyone's ball game. And Paulina Procadina, she's got to really pick up the pace if they want to win 3 sets in a row. They got the first set, but when you're hitting negative .032, it doesn't matter how many points you score, which, by the way, she has 7.5. You're just not an asset to your team. And Cassie Shadow, she is playing out of her mind right now. 18 points, 14 kills, hitting .444.
Shadow the story of the night for sure offensively here for Buffalo.
Just out of nowhere. I mean, she was third on the team in kills per set, and a very good average. But
well, we wanted to mention Isabel Marciniak as well.
Absolutely. She just hit another 40 assist game, 41 assists tonight, 7 points. Since this has gone to a 4th set, she might get a double-double again.
And they're staying with Procadina. Falcons able to keep her shot alive. The set and the spike. Try it again as coming around is Vandewey. And blocked at the net, but they're going to say
BG's
point. Bowling Green, yep. So the Falcons get the early lead, the first point of the set.
I don't have an official stat to look at, but I believe that Buffalo has gotten the first point in all but the second set. The first and third set went to Buffalo in the first point.
Now Buffalo gets that point on a net violation by Bowling Green. And it finds the corner on a nice kill by Jessie Holly.
Jessie Holly couldn't have hit that better. The Bulls really like to leave the corners open, and they've been exploited by BG a lot tonight.
They really have. That's a good point. We have seen several shots in those corners. Try it again. This time it's kept alive. They'll set it for Holly. Now on the far side. Mitrovic, returned by BG. Mitrovic again. Oh, and a nice play there. Slimko.
2 incredible digs from number 2, the libero, Bricklehop. Kept that alive for Buffalo. They weren't able to get the rally in the end, but just 2 fantastic defensive plays during that rally from her.
Slimko shot. Hits a couple of players and then the floor.
There was no stopping that one. There was some hate put into that ball.
BG with a 3-point advantage here at the outset of our 4th set. Blocked at the net, and did she go over? She did not.
From my angle, looked over. Referee has a better angle than I do, though.
Cassie Shadow. It was a clean, legal block. So it's 4-2. Bricklehop with the serve. Slimko. And return there by Mitrovic.
Looks like we're going to have another tightly contested set. One big run could be too much for the other team to handle.
And the serve by Pickelhoff. Not able to be returned, and that ties it at 4-4. Bowling Green still with a one-set advantage here as we play in the fourth set. Slimko dug out nicely by Kokadina and then returned by the Falcons.
Brandewee with a heads-up play. She is the leading scorer for BG, who, again, on the BG side, I don't think anyone thought Brandewee would lead them in scoring tonight.
As Madeline serves that one. Oh, blocked nicely. I think it was Kidwell. Might have been Slimko up front. They were both there.
We'll see in the replay. Looked like both of them.
Yep. Teamwork. Double trouble up front for the Falcons. Slimko. Mitrovic shot blocked at the net, but the point goes to Buffalo.
Just back and forth. Neither team able to get a few rallies in a row.
Hannah Watson. And Slimko met at the net that time. Katie Kidwell.
A key play from the freshman. That's her 7th point and 6th kill.
I think we're seeing what we expected here, and that is freshman play. We're talking about Kidwell, obviously, for BG after looking at that shot. But then again, we've been calling the name of Andrea Mitrovic most of the night as well in her strong performance here.
Yeah, absolutely. And a point goes to Buffalo there off the tip. Actually, correction on the last half. 5 kills for Kidwell and 6 points.
Okay. 7-6, BG. As Mitrovic ready to serve. We mentioned she's from Ontario. I love driving up to Detroit on I-75 and seeing the sign, Bridge to Canada.
Yeah. Sometimes it's, I think about how close to Canada we are. About what, an hour? An hour drive?
About an hour, yeah. And it takes you that long just to cross the border once you go through customs.
Yeah.
Kidwell keeping it alive in front. They'll set it up. Holly finds the spot.
Bowling Green, the team, getting those 2-3 rally leads. Last set it was Buffalo who was able to retain a lead for most of the time, but a very small one. Now it's BG.
2-point advantage for the Falcons.
Wow, a off start for Buffalo to that rally, but it ended in a point for them. So however it works, I guess.
McLaren there at the net on that play. As Warren will drop back for the serve. As Shadow tries to tip it over. Oh, they're going to say point Buffalo. I thought perhaps maybe Shadow had committed a net violation there. Not the case. Tied at 8.
Highly competitive volleyball game.
Try it again. Kidwell gets the point. They set it up nicely.
And you can just see the power in that spike from Kidwell.
Kidwell coming from very strong both high school and club program. So I guess in some ways maybe her impact as a freshman is not all that surprising, as that one goes out of bounds and gets another point for BG. Of course, I think nowadays when you're talking about players coming to Division I volleyball, you're talking about a lot of players, if not everybody, who has a strong high school or club background.
Especially on this team. Coach Tomac says she likes to recruit players, as that will be a point for Buffalo. Recruit players that have good cultures from where they come from clubs with good cultures that win a lot, and that's just one common denominator among this BG team. They were winners in high school.
On the serve, McLaren. And that one is in.
Kidwell from Watsika, Illinois, went to Watsika Community High. Plays for Impulse Volleyball Club.
You see, now that's a question I want to ask Coach Tomac, too. First of all, how did you ever find out about Watsika?
Yeah.
And second of all, where is Watsika? And over the top on the kill. Nice play there. They set it up beautifully that time for Cassie Shadow.
And there is some, I don't know if the camera caught that, but there is some legit anger. You can see right on the edge of frame in that replay, one of the coaches just shaking a binder, clearly upset with the defense right now.
That point in, or actually, excuse me, long, the point going to the Falcons. So a 2-point advantage, Bowling Green here as we get ready for the serve now from Jesse Holly. Shadow again, met at the net that time. Falcons will set it up for Slimko. Dug out. And it's Mitrovic for the point for Buffalo.
The benches for both teams look so tense right now. You can tell that they both understand whoever wins this set, it's going to be the fate. Well, first of all, if Buffalo wins this set, they're going to be favored to win the 5th set. And that puts a lot of pressure on both teams because you don't want to lose any game on the Buffalo side. And BG, it would be terrible to take a 2-0 lead and squander that, losing 3-2.
Nicole Slimko with the kill on that play. 13-11, a 2-point advantage right now. Slimko kind of picking up where she left off last weekend against Ohio with those 16 kills she had in that game.
4 blocks as well.
There she goes again. Mitrovic finds the spot as she drills it right where Brandewie could not get to it.
It looks like she has the strongest arm on the floor. I mean, look at that.
Perfectly placed. Again, Hannah Watson from North Canton, Ohio. Well, not much doubt about that. Katie Kidwell. Forceful kill. Watch
Kidwell showing up tonight. Kidwell, that's just the best way to put it. She has shown up tonight.
Marciniak serve. Returned there by Slavovsky.
Marciniak is 1 assist away from 50.
And we have a point on a violation, a point awarded to Buffalo.
If this goes into a 5th set, Marciniak's probably going to hit 60 assists. By comparison, McLaren leads Buffalo with 39 assists. It's 10 less than Marciniak.
Mitrovic with the serve. And the shot at the net. Kovacic, Isabel Kovacic that time, getting the point for the Falcons. So a 2-point advantage now for Bowling Green, trying to close this set out and trying to close out the match in the process. As it's long that time, that was Warrett.
Isabel Marciniak is 6th in the MAC in terms of average assists per set coming into this match. She might move up a couple spots.
Mitrovic serve kept alive by the Falcons and off the hands that time of the diving Pickelhoff.
This is the lead they needed to really have some insurance to make a couple mistakes and still have a good lead.
Well, they've been playing from behind really for the last 2 sets. So now the Falcons with a 4-point advantage. Can they close it out in set 4? We'll find out. So we come back with a point having been scored here since the timeout. The point going to Buffalo, so it's 17-14 now. And it's going to become 17-15 on the serve there by Andrea Mitrovic. Or rather, Megan Warrett on the serve as she's back again.
Buffalo 2 rallies in a row. They absolutely needed that coming out of this timeout. 3 in a row. We might see another time. Yep, we do.
Yeah. What were you about to say? See another
Yeah,
timeout. All right, so they'll talk things over again. A 17-16 score here. And again, Bowling Green leading by 1 set. We've seen some good play tonight. We've seen really some streaky play, I think, here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, these stats are pretty nuts. Double-digit blocks for Buffalo, 60 kills for Bowling Green, 5 aces apiece, and hitting percentages that usually will win you a set pretty easily, but not today. Some will say it's not good defense out there. Some will say it's just incredible offense. It's just some entertaining volleyball to me.
Well, we mentioned how this is the first of 4 games that Bowling Green is playing here at home. They've got Akron tomorrow night, and then they're back here at the Stroh Center next weekend to take on a couple of teams from Michigan, Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. That'll be coming up next Friday and Saturday. So the Falcons obviously wanting to take advantage of this home court advantage if they can. But Buffalo making them work hard here tonight.
Central Michigan, another team with a losing record. People are going to keep saying about this BG team, well, who have they played?
As the point is in.
But I think it's important to note that they aren't one of those 1-4 teams. If they are beating these teams, that means they are better than 2 and 3. They're definitely one of the better teams in MAC.
Set it up for Shadow. And point again to Buffalo, as that is now, I believe, 4 straight since. That's correct, 4 straight since Megan Warrett has dropped back to do the serving.
Jacqueline Askin just came on. We'll see if she can be a hero.
And that hit the line. So they're going to say point BG.
It was tipped.
Yep, it was tipped. 18-18 as that ties it up. We'll see it again
by
here.
18. Askin just mentioned she just came on,
yep.
Already having an impact.
Made the difference right there.
Almost an ace.
Dug out nicely. And now there's a beautiful block up front, rejected by Brandaway for the point for the Bowling Green Falcons.
What a day for Brandaway. What a day. 15 points, 12 kills.
Keep it alive, and again, finding the hole on the other side. Madeline Brandaway.
I smell a timeout. Yep, timeout.
Watch it here. She drops it back over the top. So timeout is called with a 2-point difference now.
I'm pretty good at calling those timeouts. I got a crystal ball over here. I'm pretty good at calling timeouts in volleyball.
Just got a sense when the momentum starts to shift a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely is a smart timeout by Buffalo because Bowling Green looked like just full throttle. They were about to take the set. And hopefully for Buffalo, they can slow down Bowling Green, take away some momentum they were just getting. They came out of their last timeout, won 4 rallies right in a row. That'd be a dream start to the set after the timeout. Then they'd be up 22-20. They blew a 24-19 lead in a set. They'd be up 2-1 at least. They might have swept, but they weren't able to close that set out. Now, look, 2-1 Bowling Green leads, and they're about to maybe end this.
Well, Bowling Green won the first 2 sets, 25-17, 26-24. And then Buffalo coming back to win the last set, 25-22. Again, but it's those close finishes that we saw in both set 2 and set 3. And it looks like we may have another one here. At least it's shaping up that way.
Yeah, two teams playing fantastic volleyball. Just one of them has to lose.
And Green keeps it alive. And Askin shot. They'll try it again. They drop it over. Buffalo will set it up there. Mitrovic shot. And that one off the hands that time. A powerful return by Askin.
Each rally feels so critical. Now they're only 4 points away from winning.
Simon with the serve. And nothing doing there for Mitrovic. As it goes into the net, and that makes it 22-18.
One of the things you'll find on young teams is that they aren't able to close out as well as teams with veterancy. Both of these teams are very young, and it's playing a part in this game on the Buffalo side.
Mitrovic shot kept alive nicely by Simon. Dropped over the top. Buffalo will set it up again. And Mitrovic gets the point to make it 22-19.
One timeout left for Bowling Green.
None for Buffalo.
Yeah, so after this next timeout, if it happens, it'll be to the death, no stoppages of play.
Rejected at the net. Another chance for the Falcons. And that one's a little bit long. Shot taken by Kovacic, and it goes out of bounds. So now a 2-point difference.
I think if Buffalo scores here, we're going to see a timeout.
Scout McLaren's serve. Brandaway dug out nicely there by Pickelhoff.
And that's just a mistake there, that from Buffalo. They misread the ball, thought it was going to land on BG's side, and it fell right in front of them for a free point for BG. And you just can't give away points like that now.
Well, not at this point.
It's 20-23.
Yep.
Do or die. There's no tomorrow in this game if Buffalo doesn't win this set.
Bowling Green needs 3 to win. Buffalo needs, or 2 to win rather. Buffalo needs 3 to tie.
And again, if you're less volleyball inclined, it is win by 2.
Set it up on the far side. Kill dug out. And Shadow cannot keep it alive. Actually, that came off the hands of Jordan. And now Bowling Green within 1 point.
Bowling Green on the opposite side of what could be an amazing comeback if Buffalo pulls this off. It was 24-20, but Bowling Green came back in the second set to win. Buffalo's going to have to tell themselves it's possible.
Shadow blocked at the net nicely by Brandaway, who returns it, and it is a little wide. Goes out of bounds. So Buffalo's still alive.
Bowling Green just has to stay relaxed, stay calm.
Dug out, and they'll set it up. It'll be Shadow. Nice dig there. That was Simon. They try to go to Mitrovic, but it's BG that gets the point.
Yeah, it's a game, set, match. Brandaway with 18 points. She led Bowling Green, 14 kills. What a fantastic day for Brandaway.
So the Bowling Green Falcons win it in 4 sets here tonight as they take set 4 by 4, 25-21, and they win the match 3 games to 1.
It's an incredible second set comeback from Bowling Green.
So with the win, the Bowling Green Falcons now extend their winning streak to 4 games as they get ready for a contest tomorrow night here at the Stro. And it is the 4th consecutive loss for the Buffalo Bulls as they complete their road trip, and they will now head home after 3 very tough games on the road. 25-21 the final in our final set. Bowling Green wins it in 4 here tonight to extend their winning streak to 4. And a very happy group. So there's the story tonight. The Bowling Green Falcons, winners in 4 sets, winning the first 2. Buffalo making it interesting in set 3, and then a comeback in set 4 for the Bowling Green Falcons to win at 25-21 and take the match. So some good, exciting play here tonight. Depending upon which team you cheered for, you saw both teams make runs and make it interesting.
Oh, yeah, this must have been a fantastic match to watch as a neutral. This was incredible volleyball from both teams. Almost double-digit blocks from both teams. Bowling Green just 0.5 away from getting to 10. 5 aces apiece. 65 kills for Bowling Green. 50 for Buffalo. And a surprising 21 points from Shadow for Buffalo with 16 kills. Mitrovic also had 16 kills. But where was Prokadina tonight? 9 points on 44 attack attempts. She had a negative hitting percentage, and she's one of the key players. She's second in the MAC in kills per set and points per set. She just she was not that player tonight, the kind that can take over a match and just lead.
Well, we've been talking about that for most of the night, the hitting percentage, and we saw it. We actually saw it become even over those last 2 sets pretty much.
Yep, and then Buffalo just kind of sank a little bit there, as you can see, below 200 towards the end of that 3rd set. The hitting percentage was really a storyteller throughout this match. As it went up, and this is what normally happens, the better you hit, the better you play.
Yeah.
But
it
Buffalo,
makes sense.
There was a point where Buffalo was hitting 250 in the 3rd.
All right. I'm going to throw out the name Katie Kidwell.
Absolutely.
I think it was a big night for her, to say the least, and a key factor, particularly offensively.
You look at the stat sheet. 8 points, 3 digs, doesn't stand out that much, but all 8 of those points felt like they were in crucial moments when they needed something.
I think that's the key. Yes,
Kidwell was there. She was just one of those key X factors. You're seeing the blocks there. 9.5 for Bowling Green, and Marciniak with one of her 55 assists. 8.5 points and 55 assists. She didn't get a double-double tonight, so it ends that streak, but I think she'll be satisfied with 55 assists. I can't say it enough. That's an incredible number.
Well, both teams, I think, learning a little bit here tonight. We talked about closing out matches, and I think both of these teams learned something in that regard, finding out what it really takes to put an end to a set.
Yeah, I definitely think Buffalo is never going to forget this one. Every player on this team. They were up 24-19 at what was supposed to be the end of the 2nd set, and they just allowed Bowling Green to turn 19-24 into 26-24.
Right. But fortunately, give credit to Buffalo. They came back to win that 3rd set after that devastating 2nd set for them. So some bright spots for both teams here tonight. Some good volleyball for the fans. No question about it. So for Caden Albanese, I'm Ken Garland saying so long from the Stroh Center here in Bowling Green, where the final score here tonight, the Falcons winning in 4 sets, 3-1. Now to watch this entire match on replay, as well as other matches on our family of ESPN networks, just log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. And this has been a presentation of ESPN.